Hello everyone, this is part 3 on how to make a Flappy Bird game in Scratch. In this video, I will be making the pipes go on-screen and off-screen more smoothly, add a number counter for the score, and add a simple loose screen. Anyways, let's get started with the pipes. So if you see the pipes right now, they sort of suddenly appear at the edge of the screen, and they don't really smoothly appear, and they also disappear before they can completely go off-screen, like that. So I'm going to fix that. So let's first go to the pipes, and then let's do the same thing we did for the background. So in the last video, I made the background be able to go on screen and off screen smoothly by first setting its size to a larger size than the actual size we want, and then we position the background to where we want it, and then we set the size back to its original size. So let's do the same thing for the pipes. So let's go to the pipes. And then right before it spawns, let's go to looks and then grab a set size to, and let's change this to like 150%, and then drag it right before, go to XY, and then let's drag a set size to 100% right after the go to XY. And now let's change the X to like maybe 270 to completely make sure that the pipe is starting off screen. And for the top pipe, let's do the same thing. So set size to 150%, put it before, and then set size to 100%, put it after. So let's try it out. And they still don't entirely start off screen. So okay, I think it should work after we also set size to 150% and 100% before and after it changes X by -5. So let's try it out. So let's drag this before the change X by -5, and then drag this after the change X by -5. So now let's try it again. And yeah, I think that works. The pipes, as you can see, spawn from the right side of the screen smoothly. They don't, sort of randomly appear from the edge. So yeah. And now let's fix the pipes leaving the screen. So right now it's still a bit choppy when they leave the screen, like that. Let's see it again. Yep, so still a bit choppy. So to fix that, all we need to do is to change this X position to a smaller number. So maybe let's say if X position is less than -260. Now let's try it out. Oops, okay. Let's try it again. Let me first reattach this. And alright. So let's see. And cool. They also leave the screen smoothly. So yeah, I think we fixed the pipes. And alright. Now that we have the pipes fixed, now I'm going to make a number counter for the score. So instead of using this variable, I'm going to use actual numbers. And that just makes the game look a bit better. So yeah, let's first create a new sprite. And just paint 10 costumes with the numbers 0 through 9. So yeah. And yeah, so now I have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 0. So the costume names don't matter, but the order matters. So make sure it's 1 through 9 and then 0 at the end. So alright, now let's go back to the code. And let's first grab a when flag clicked. Then let's hide the original sprite because we're going to be using clones for this. And then let's create a variable. Let's name this, I guess, digits. And then select for this sprite only. Remember, this is very important, for this sprite only, because each clone is going to have a different value for the variable. So if we do for all sprites, then it's not going to work because whenever the variable changes in value, then all of the clones are going to have the same value for that variable. So we want the clones to have separate values for the digits variable. So select for this sprite only, and then click OK. Alright. By the way, if your variable doesn't show up immediately after you created it, then you can just refresh the page and it should show up. But anyways, let's grab a set digits to block and let's set the digits to 1, and let's drag this after the hide. Now let's go to control, grab a repeat loop, and then let's grab a create clone of myself, and then go to variables, and let's grab a change digits by 1. And this just creates 10 clones, each with a different value of the digits. So anyways, now we want the clones to do stuff, right? So let's go to events, actually a control, sorry. And then let's drag a when I start as a clone. Then we want the clone to show. Or actually not show yet, but yeah. So let's go to control, grab a forever loop, put it under the when I start as a clone. And then we want the clones to go to a specific position based on its digits variable. So let's go to motion and then drag a go to y position, a go to xy position, and then let's go to variables, grab the digits variable, and then go to operators, grab the multiplication operator. Let's drag the digits variable inside of the left side of the operator, and let's say let's multiply this by 10. Now let's drag this inside of the x position of the go to xy, and let's place this inside of the forever loop. So if I just run this, what this does is that, oops, okay, I need to show the clones for now. So, yep. Alright, so if I run this, then what this does is that it creates 10 clones, and they are all spaced apart by 10 pixels. And this is because each clone has a different digits value. Because when I first set digits to 1 and then created a clone, the clone I created the first time had the digits value set to 1. But then since I changed digits by 1, the next clone I created has the value of digits to 2 now. And if I change it again and then create another clone, then the third clone I created has the value of digits to 3. So that's how it works. Each clone I create has a different value of digits. But yeah, anyways, now we want the clones to show or hide based on the score. So let's say right now the score is 2, then we only want the ones place clone to show, or this one, and then we want all of the other ones to hide. So to do that, let's grab an if-else statement in the control, drag that in the forever loop, and then we want to check if the length of the score is less than its own variable of digits. So let's grab a lesser than operator, and then let's grab a length of, and let's go to variables, and then drag the score variable inside of the length of, drag this into the left side, and check if the length of score is less than digits. So if it is, that means we don't need that number, and then we just hide it. Otherwise, we want it to show. So now, as you can see, since the score was 2, now only one of the digits show. So let's say the score was maybe like 270. Now 3 of them show. So yeah, now we want these clones to show the correct number. So to do that, let's go to looks, and we want them to switch costume based on their digit in the score. So to do that, let's go to operators, grab the letter operator, or actually letter 1 of apple, and then let's replace the 1 with digits, and then apple with score. Now let's drag this inside of the switch costume to. Then let's drag this under the show. So based on their own digits, 1, 2, and 3, they're going to show the letter of the score. So 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, as you can see, this shows the correct score. Now let's reposition this to the top. So just change this y value to maybe 150, maybe 155, and I think that's fine. And now we can hide the score variable. Now, I think I'm going to want my score to be in the middle, but however, there is a problem. So, since the score is in the middle, when the length of the score increases, I still want my score to stay in the middle. So right now, it's not going to work. Let's say I set the score to a really high number. Let's say like this. And this score has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 digits. So let's set it. And as you can see, this number is not in the middle because it's still in the same X position. So I want to fix that so that this number is in the middle no matter how many digits the score is. So to do that, let's grab a length of score. So length of, and then score. And we want this to move back based on the length of the score, right? So now let's go to operators. Grab a multiplication operator. Drag this on the left side. And make sure to multiply this by the same number you multiplied the digits by. So in my case, it would be 10. And now we want to subtract this from the original X position. So let's grab a minus operator, drag this on the left side, drag this on the right side. And oh yeah, one more thing. Since we want the score to stay in the middle, we want to divide this by 2. So let's put this on the left side, and then divide by 2. Alright, now let's drag this inside of the minus operator, and drag this back. So as you can see, the number is now in the middle. Let's try it out. So let's say the score is 0, then it's in the middle. Now let's try 100, still in the middle. Now let's try 1,000, and it's still in the middle. Alright, and just to make this more clear, like these numbers here, I'm just going to create a variable, and I'll just name this space between digits, I guess. Then I'll click OK. And I'll just set this to 10, and then drag this to replace the 10s. Alright, now it's more clear. And it's also easier to change because I can just change this variable to increase or decrease the space. So I think I'm going to increase it to maybe 12. And alright, I think that looks good. So yeah, now let's try it out. And let's see how the score variable works. Alright, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to try to get to 10. Oops. Okay, let me try again. So we have 0 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang it. Okay, let me try again. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get to 10, but let's just assume that the score variable works based on my testing. So yeah, now that we fixed the pipes and added a number counter, now I'm going to add a loose screen. So right now, when the bird touches the pipes, then the game stops. And that's sort of boring. I want the player to be able to maybe have an option to restart the game. So to do that, let's create a new sprite. And I am just going to create a simple loose screen. Alright, so now I have my loose screen, and this is going to show up when the game ends. So let's go to the code, and I actually want this to be transparent. So let's just grab a when flag clicked. Then let's go to looks, grab this, set color effect to 0, and change this to ghost. And let's change this to maybe 50. Okay, maybe less, so 20. And alright, maybe 15 actually. And now this loose screen is sort of transparent. So now I'm going to create another sprite, and this is going to be for the retry button. Alright, so now I am done with the retry button, and I also changed the loose screen by adding a crying bird. So yeah. Anyways, let's start with the loose screen. Or actually, oh yeah, for the retry button, I want it to be transparent too. So let's also grab a set ghost effect to 15. Let me change that to maybe 25 or 30. Alright, so let's go to the loose screen. So we want to first hide this when the flag is clicked. However, we want this to show when the bird loses. So let's go to the bird, and right here in the if touching sprite 2 or y position is less than -171, we want to broadcast a message to tell the loose screen that the bird lost. So let's go to control, or actually events, and then broadcast a new message. Let's just call this lose, and let's put this in the if touching sprite 2 or y position is less than -171, and instead of stop all, let's just stop this script. So the bird would just stop all of this and stop moving. So yeah. Alright, now in our lose screen, we want to grab a when I receive lose, then we want the lose screen to show. So we just grab a show, and this should be good. Let's also do the same thing for the retry button. So when I receive lose, then show. Otherwise, when the flag is clicked, then hide. So yeah, let's try it out right now. So when the bird crashes into the pipe, then there's a you lose. And we see that the bird stopped moving, however the pipes are still moving. So to fix that, let's just go to the pipes, and then grab a when I receive lose, then let's stop all, and change this to stop other scripts in sprite. So by doing that, it just stops this block over here and this block over here. So now let's try it again. When the bird falls, let's say, then everything stops. Oh yeah, except for the background. So let's go to the background and drag a when I receive lose, then stop other scripts in the sprite. Alright, let's try now. And now, as you can see, everything stops. Now we want this retry button to actually work, because right now this doesn't do anything. So let's go to the retry button, and then let's see, inside of the when I receive lose, we want to drag in a forever loop, and let's drag in if-else statement, and then let's go to sensing. Let's detect if mouse is down. Then let's make the retry button a bit darker. So let's go to looks, and then grab the set color effect to 0, drag this inside of the if mouse down. Let's change this to brightness, and let's set this to maybe -10. So this makes it darker. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, sorry, I meant if touching mouse pointer, not if mouse down. So let's actually change that. Let's go to sensing, grab a touching mouse pointer, and let's replace the mouse down. And now let's try it out. So as you can see, it's now darker. However, if the mouse pointer is not touching the button anymore, we want it to go back to its original brightness. So let's go to looks, grab the set brightness effect to, and let's change it back to 0. Alright, now let's try it out. And as you can see, there is a bit of a button touching effect. Alright, so now we want it to detect if the mouse pointer is down, and then we want to restart the entire game. So let's go to control, grab an if statement, put this inside of the if touching mouse pointer, and now we drag the mouse down inside of the if statement. And if the mouse is down, then we want to, let's say, broadcast a new message. So let's go to events and broadcast a new message. Let's just say play. Now let's drag this inside of the if mouse down. Let's also stop this entire script after it broadcasts play, so that it doesn't keep on broadcasting play. So let's just drag a stop all and change this to stop the sprite or stop the script. So right now it's not going to do anything. And that's because we need the sprites to restart all of their actions when the play is broadcasted. So let's first go to the chicken, and instead of the when flag clicked, let's replace that with the when I receive play, like this. Alright, let's do the same for the pipes. So instead of the when flag clicked, we want the when I receive play. Then it does all of that. And for the background, let's replace the when flag clicked. And for the number counter, replace the when flag clicked. And then for the you lose, replace the when flag clicked. And also for the retry button. Alright, so now that we replaced all of the when flag clicked with plays, that means that now all of this is replayable. So as long as we call the play message, then all of this is going to restart. However, when we click the flag, we still want to broadcast play, right? Because we want to start the game when we click the flag. So yeah, I'm just going to put this inside of the chicken, and now it should work. So it starts the game, everything works as normal until we lose, and then restart, and everything restarts. However, as you can see, there are some problems. So let's go to the pipes. And I think the problem is because the clones don't get deleted when the lose message is broadcasted. So let's grab a delete this clone after I receive lose. So all of the clones from the previous game should get deleted. Now let's try it again. So when the bird crashes into the pipe and then restarts, then it works. Alright, cool. And one thing for the number counter, it's actually better to probably add a when flag clicked than do all this stuff, because we only need to do this once when the green flag is clicked. So yeah. Now this should be good. So oh yeah, since there's also a clone for the background, to make sure there aren't any extra clones on the screen when I restart, then we want to delete the clone. So yeah. Now I think this should be good. Oh yeah, okay, I forgot to stop other scripts in this sprite for the number counter. So let's just do that just in case. So when I receive lose, then stop other scripts in this sprite. Alright, and we don't want to delete these clones because we're only creating them once when the flag is clicked. So yeah, now let's try it again. So everything works as normal. Then when we lose, then there's the lose screen, and then if we retry, then everything works as normal. Oops, okay, except for the number counter. So let's see. Okay, actually, let me just still add a delete this clone after lose, and then let's replace the when flag clicked with when I receive play. Alright, now I think this should work. Let's try it out. So everything works as normal. Then we retry, and it works. Alright, cool. So now we have a replayable game. And okay, what happened here? That's weird. Oh yeah, that was because my mouse pointer was on the retry button. So yeah. But yeah, this works. Alright, let's see. And you lose, and then retry, and then it restarts. Alright, cool. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe too if you haven't already. In the next part of this series, I will be tweaking the loose screen, adding a menu screen, and some other things too. Anyways, that's it for this video. See ya!